here it is. In the future, you and I have been enemies for years. Well, there have been others. Of course. There's Thawne, Zoom, DeVoe. But none of them hurt you like Savitar. He truly broke you. I have to be honest. So he's a little bit jealous. But now, it's like I get to kill her too. If you'll excuse me, I have my execution to attend.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So you guys asked me about the future villains on The Flash, DeVoe and Caitlin Snow. So I'm going to explain what's going on and what it is they're teasing here. If you're new to the channel, I do Marvel and DC every week. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. There's a giveaway happening. I'll explain at the end of the video. But as you can tell from these clips, they're basically telling you who are going to be villains in the future. Now, that could be Season 4. Now, Caitlin Snow is a little more imminent, but the Thinker is a bit of a hat tip to something really big that's going to be happening on The Flash. He's sort of a mastermind type villain who controls other villains and consolidates powers. The Caitlin Snow stuff is a little more imminent because she is on the warpath right now, and we only got a teaser for DeVoe. So a lot of you are like, who's DeVoe? What's going on? So this is where it gets really cool. His real name is Clifford DeVoe. He's called the Thinker. He goes all the way back to the Jay Garrick era. So he's a Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West crossover villain, meaning that they can have a really epic episode with all three of those characters whenever they decide to introduce them. But the cool thing about him is that he starts out as a normal person back during the Jay Garrick era. He debuted back in the All-Flash title number 12 in 1943, so he goes way back. He was a really bad attorney who just came to the conclusion that all of Gotham's villains were bad because they lacked organization and the mental capacity, so he took on that task. He made a thinking cap that allowed him to project himself psychically in control of the people, the way that Gorilla Grodd controls people psychically. He became a member of the Injustice Society, and here's a really cool Easter egg. So if you remember during The Flash Season 2 when they introduced the Jay Garrick character, secretly it wasn't Jay Garrick, but they did the Flash of Two Worlds. They made this special comic book cover for the episode. It was Flash issue number 123. So during Volume 2 of The Flash during the Wally West era in 1997, Volume 2, number 123, they did a story called The Flash of Two Cities, where Barry and Wally found out that DeVoe and a couple other Flash villains had stolen Keystone City and hid it in stasis for a number of years, allowing them to stay young so that DeVoe could come back into the modern continuity and be a villain for the new Flash, for Wally West. So that was just a clever way to refresh an old character and bring him from the Golden Age all the way up to the modern age. So you have Silver Age Barry Allen, this in-between period where they tried to update villains, but every once in a while they pull someone from way back in the Golden Age. This was just a Mark Waid story attempt to explain why we hadn't seen Clifford DeVoe, the Thinker, in so long. So he comes back, he's still young, and then they go on to be a couple other versions of the character. But because Abracadabra named DeVoe specifically, they're going to start with the first version of the character when they bring him on. So like I said, he's a mastermind type character who organizes other villains. He perpetrates crimes by using other people to help him out. So it's sort of like a Captain Cold Rogue situation, but you have to imagine that they try to do different characters each year. So when they bring the Rogues back, it'll be really cool. We'll have Killer Frost, who will arguably be a villain. I'll explain her in a second. She's kind of a separate thing from DeVoe. DeVoe is just going to be the stand-in potential big bad, but he's not confirmed as the big villain of Season 4 or anything like that. It's just that Abracadabra was saying that he was on the level of other Flash villains such as Eobard Thawne and Zoom and Savitar, and those were the big bads of their respective seasons. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. So he's definitely making it sound like DeVoe will be one of the big bads in the future. Maybe Season 4, could be Season 5, but usually when they tease stuff like this, they pay it off relatively soon, so it sounds like a Season 4 thing. But the other big part of this clip, Killer Frost, so very clearly the fallout from Barry's Flashpoint mistake is going to haunt him for the rest of the season, and it seems like into Season 4. Because what kind of a middle finger would it be for them to show the consequences of Barry's actions? He is, by Eobard Thawne's definition, the villain of this season because he selfishly caused Flashpoint. His friends suffer because of that mistake. So if they want to stick the landing, they need to show us that they're not going to magically fix everything at the end of the season. Like, oh, it never happened because I went back in time. So because this twist is happening so deep in the season, it seems like they're developing her as a potential mid-level villain because she's such a big character with a personal connection to the heroes. So think about how heartbreaking it's going to be for them in season 4. And Danielle Panabaker, the actress, like they just finished filming the finale on Arrow. They might be done on The Flash, but she said that as recently as last week, she had her very last costume fitting for the season. And she already has all of her Caitlin Snow costumes, so she's probably talking about it, drum roll, wait for it, a Killer Frost costume in the vein of what she was wearing when she was fighting Cisco when he vibed her potential future. So anything could change between now and the end of the season. There are a couple things they'll probably change. Iris West will still be alive in season 4, so they'll have to do something to fix that. But the whole idea is that the hero only achieves victory at great cost, and Caitlin seems like one of the big costs that he's going to have to pay for his mistakes. So while this is science fiction, there can be any number of twists in the future that could reverse what's happened to her. She could go back to being Caitlin anytime they want to. We have the multiverse. There's so many different ways to explain it logically. It just seems like they're giving Danielle Panabaker, the actress, a really interesting challenge for the next season in that she will be more Killer Frost than she is Caitlin Snow for however many episodes. Beyond the DeVoe tease and the Killer Frost tease at the end of this recent episode, they haven't said anything about season 4 other than the big bad will not be a speedster, so they're just leaning more in that DeVoe direction, but we'll learn more as we get closer to the finale, and they did say that Jay Garrick would probably show up again relatively close to the finale, if not in the finale. They have to address him being stuck in the Speed Force at some point, because if Savitar was in there, now he's not because Jay Garrick's taken his place. At some point, somebody has to replace him in there. Hopefully it's not Barry before season 4. Hopefully he doesn't take one for the team, because the show is called The Flash. It wouldn't be a whole lot without Barry Allen, but they do like to end seasons on big WTF cliffhangers. Speaking of which, Supergirl just confirmed that Superman is coming back for her finale too. They didn't say what he's going to be doing, but it sounds like they're inching towards Brainiac. We have Lex Luthor's Warframe. Lena Luthor is confirmed as a Season 3 Supergirl regular, meaning she's going to be in most of the episodes. Much bigger character than she was in Season 2. But that is where we're at in terms of Flash Season 4 stuff. There are 5 more episodes in the season, so there's plenty more time for them to tease new villains, and there's the future scientist played by this actress here that we haven't even met yet, so there's still a bunch of new stuff they're going to introduce that will probably throw into Season 4. Usually the stuff that they tee up at the very end of the season is stuff that carries over. So let me know, what are you really excited about in Season 4? I know everybody's happy that there won't be another speedster villain. Even though Reverse Flash is supposed to come back, there'll be other speedsters on the show that Barry will fight, other antagonists. It's just that they won't be the main villain of the season. So leave all your requests for Flash videos in the comments below. We still have a couple weeks before it comes back, but this is kind of like Star Wars week because Star Wars Celebration is happening. So I'll be posting panel videos, there'll be a trailer video later this week, there'll be all kinds of stuff happening for the next couple days. But there's a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. Congratulations to the winner from my last video, Kevin LaRoche. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. And while you wait for that next video, you can click here to learn all about Deathstroke coming back to Arrow. I know there's a lot of confusion about that, but the producers did confirm there would be Deathstroke. And you can click here for brand new Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.